Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And another sad day in the competitive Call of Duty scene yesterday as another legendary pro player decides to hang up the sticks for the final time. Very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you were new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Already up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, wanted to mention this from Doug who runs the Modern Warzone Twitter page, saying that October the 8th is going to be a very big day in the Call of Duty world. Now, I think some people were saying this coincides with when like the Battlefield beta comes out and stuff. I'm not exactly sure what is going on, but other people also indicating that maybe something's going to be going on in the coming days, with Jake Lucky saying going to be a huge week for gaming. Some people are kind of trying to coincide this with the OpTic Dallas stuff we talked about yesterday, and whether that's an announcement which is coming relatively soon. We did see that last year the OpTic Chicago, like Chicago Huntsman, like change type thing happened, way into November, so maybe they'll merge. There's still complications being figured out, but as the Ravens say, like it's Monday, it was of course Monday yesterday, 1 week closer to Vanguard, which is of course true, but also 1 week close as they confirm closer to confirming the roster. Kind of a surprise they haven't got everything figured out as of yet to confirm this. Of course, we're pretty sure it's going to be Afro, Zero, Gizmo, and Nasty, but maybe they're just deciding to make sure the visas are set in stone, because they tried to get Nasty out to the States, I'm pretty sure, during Modern Warfare. They couldn't make that happen at the time, and okay, they're trying to make it happen again, so maybe they want to make sure everything is locked in before they officially do confirm the team. Wanted to give thanks to a couple of people here who mentioned, well, first of all, this I thought was kind of funny from Phoebe Knowledge, in the background of that, well, the Hex Quarters, Crimsix is seen lurking, but of course we talked about Shotzzy making an appearance there in the background just yesterday, and I was kind of suggesting in the video that this t-shirt that he's wearing, it seems awfully familiar. I wasn't exactly sure what it is, but a couple of people pointing out Dizzy, for example, right here, looking like it looks very much indeed like this champ shirt that Shotzzy may well be wearing. It pretty much matches up exactly with this stuff, because of course this is an absolute guaranteed 100% Shotzzy. You can't determine the facial features. It does look very much like him though, but added to this kind of shirts detail, it seems almost guaranteed. As Grateful points out to me right here, this is kind of how it is on the big screen, and very similar on this left hand side, looking like Shotzzy to what he seems to be wearing in this image right here. And of course there's even this clip that came out from 1v4 squad wipe here in Warzone, where Shotzzy has has this t-shirt on. So definitely a bit of Sherlock Holmes detective work for the COD team once again, not only spotting him in the background, determining what shirt he's wearing, and of course it's the Champs Dallas Empire shirt. I mean, it makes a fair bit of sense for Shotzzy to be wearing that, of course, after having won it during the Modern Warfare season on that team. So seems only a matter of time at this point until some sort of announcement does get confirmed, as the flank points out right here how it feels waiting for the rumoured OpTic Dallas announcement, but maybe things are still work in progress behind the scenes. I imagine that is indeed the case. But one announcement that did come out yesterday, which was kind of really sad to see from a competitive Call of Duty perspective, was Apathy deciding to retire from professional Call of Duty. I think, as he says in the video, we'll share a clip in just a second here, and we'll look through the tweet longer as well, that he may still have had gas in the tank, to be honest, in terms of continuing on in his career. What a honestly legendary player. If you look at like all-time best SMGs ever, you're going to look at Scump, then you're going to look at John and Apathy pretty much. And Apathy is a two-time champ. John's only won it once, and Apathy always turns up at the World Championship. Just really a shame the last couple of years he had, because every single year before that, he was always a force and very competitive. And even the last couple of years, he's had his moments, and he's looked like probably the most promising player at times on some of those rosters. But it just hasn't worked out for him, right? And he finds himself in a difficult spot where even getting back in the league for next year is going to be a big challenge, and it doesn't really want to go down the challengers route. So, I mean, Apathy, like, what a player, one of the most legendary players, I think, to ever pick up a controller, especially in the Call of Duty side of things, and been around for so many years, but difficult to see him retire, as he says right here. As some of you may know, speculation going on around my retirement, because that was really a big question that I had, right, about Los Angeles Guerrillas. Like, okay, silly assault, what are they going to do? Vivid, of course, we imagine is going to get a spot, but even right now, that is by no means guaranteed. And then you've got Apathy as the final member of that team, and it felt like Vivid, of course, had the most promise on that team last year, like young up-and-coming player. He went to the Dallas Empire, then of course that isn't going to be there going into next year. But Apathy was kind of the other SMG player that definitely showed promise, right? At the Stage 5 Major, he's always a player that turns up at the World Championships, and the Stage 5 Major, which kind of was his World Championship because they didn't get to qualify for Champs at LAG, like he turned up and had some great moments at that event, had so many like 8 sprees and stuff that are particularly memorable. So just a fantastic player. Like, it's not like he went out with a whimper per se. Like, I think he put up a good fight this past season, just didn't really have the team to make anything work. And in a position like that, it's just so tough to get a spot for next season, even if you think you still can contribute, right? As he says right here, this kind of almost surprising to me, really. Like, as he says, look, I wanted to get that 3rd ring before I retired. Totally understandably so, but I think he realizes, and makes sense, right, that it's just going to be so difficult to do that right now, like without getting a spot on one of those very top teams. Sometimes in life things don't go the way you wanted, and this is one of those times. I did try to get on a pro team and wanted to keep competing, but there were no opportunities or offers. This is somewhat of surprised to me, really, because given this whole Washington, Chicago, NRG type spot going on, I thought that maybe that could be an option, right? If I'm Washington or if I'm some other all coming in there, I'm thinking, okay, who's even left on the market? Maybe I get Methods, maybe I get Vivid. Do I bring Apathy in? Like, Apathy's always going to be a very serviceable, solid SMG player that brings a lot of veteran experience and talent. So, maybe if Apathy stuck it out a bit longer, like maybe an offer comes on the table if an organization comes in for the NRG spot. But, I'm kind of surprised that another organization didn't want to bring him on as a sub, right? I thought LAG might decide to keep him on there in case their SMG line might need bolstering at some point or another. So it's difficult to see, but as Apathy says, like, I completely understand why. I just felt like I still had gas in the tank. He goes on to explain how he's going to move into full-time content, which is very exciting because I think Apathy is a great face in that picture, but I'll show exactly what he has to say about the situation on screen for you guys right now.
I've been doing this for 10 plus years. This has been my passion. This is what I've loved for so long, and it just sucks to see it go. A lot of you guys know I was on the LA Guerrillas last year, and then before that I was on Seattle, and things just didn't go too well for me and as a team. Obviously we were like basically last place. We weren't performing. I wasn't performing at times, and I tried to get on a pro team this year. I really wanted to continue to compete, but my stock is just low. People didn't maybe want to take a chance on me. I understand. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I deserve to be on the best team. I'm freaking nasty. I really felt like I had some gas left in the tank, and like I really could have, proved people wrong and really, did my thing, because in my head, my one goal before I retire was always to get a 3rd ring, because I was this close to making it happen. I should have 3 rings right now, but it's all good. That's a pass. But one of my goals was like, I want to get that last ring before I retire. I have to do it. And obviously it just sucks, man, because sometimes in life you want things to go one way and it goes the other way, and you can't unfortunately do anything about it. So with that being said, I am going to retire. I think it's best for my future and my present time to do that exactly and go ahead with that. Obviously not being a pro team, and just I don't want to go down in that challengers mess. I would rather just do what I love, enjoy what I'm doing, and continue to do that.
So many great achievements throughout his career, like on this Evil Geniuses roster that won the World War II World Championship out of absolutely nowhere, getting the double World Championship after winning it on Envy, on the legendary Envy team of Slasher, Jacob, Apathy, and John, of course, back in the Black Ops 3 days, and almost going back-to-back, actually going into Infinite Warfare. Apathy was one of the very few players ever, I'm pretty sure, to have gone into 3 back-to-back-to-back World Championship Grand Finals. Black Ops 3, he won. Infinite Warfare, he was runner-up, and then World War II, he won it again. So legendary, achievement, really. 2016, 2018 to win both of these is honestly remarkable, especially given the circumstances. Just such a fantastic player, like I think really underrated, honestly, throughout large parts of his career, and definitely will go down as one of the very greatest SMG players of all time. This, of course, is an absolutely legendary moment from that run that I was talking about, where Envy came runner-up at the Infinite Warfare World Championship, where, of course, they lost to OpTic Gaming in the Grand Finals in 2 best-of-5s. I mean, they actually beat them in the Winners' Finals, but OpTic just hit next level, and, they were going to be tough to beat there. They wanted to kind of submit the dynasty, of course. That happened on this very map later on. But, this is one of the greatest comebacks of all time in Call of Duty. This is the moment, really, where if, I have friends and stuff that, don't really follow COD, and they say, what's a legendary COD moment that would kind of get me interested? This is often the one that I'll kind of share, because it's just so good. They're listening the whole way through. Apathy honestly makes some great plays here. The communication is absolutely fantastic. I'd recommend you guys checking out this entire thing. Just find it on YouTube. United versus Envy uplink comeback back in 2017. It was one of the greatest ever. And just the face that Apathy gives that the United guys after they win this is just incredible. I don't know why John threw it in there. If he just dunked it, they'd win the game guaranteed. But anyway, they have to get another dunk. And Apathy just gives kind of this face across the stage. RC says in reply, why I get hit with the straight man. But this is what Apathy does across the stage, where they win the entire thing. They win this map. And the crazy thing that I remember about this, actually, is they made that crazy comeback on Precinct Uplink. They went into the next map on Retaliation Hardpoint, went down 100 points again to Reunited, and made the comeback and won that one as well. So just a legendary team, and this is like a classic meme that Omar made back in 2018 when when they won the World Championship, of course. And this is just the type of stuff that Apathy is capable of on the content side. Just an entertaining guy, and I'm sure he's gonna kill it on that side as well, on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the TikTok. I'm pretty sure he's getting ready to go on all that front. So definitely a great player. It is a shame to see really him step away, especially given all the other players who've seen step away, as Chrome points out right here. Formal has officially retired, Looney as well, Apathy, Zed, Zuma, of course, with the injury. And there's other players you can look at as well, for example. I mean, first of all, this is the Seattle Surge roster of Enable, Slacked, Octane, Karma, and Apathy going into the Modern Warfare season. Octane, the only player of this team actually still competing, right? Pretty much everyone else is stepping away now, so kind of crazy to think about. You could argue how badly they built their roster in terms of focusing on veteran talent, which is obviously on the latter end of their career, right? But I still think Apathy probably had one more year in him. But anyway, this Aches, of course, is another question. Aches has never actually confirmed he's retired or anything, so we can't officially put him on this list. But I think I doubt he's going to make a comeback, to be honest, unless there's some roster gives him an opportunity to take down OpTic at a World Championship. I'm sure he'd jump at that one. Of course, teammate of Apathy when they won that championship in 2018. Dylan Cole, also someone who stepped away, who never officially retired. But I'm pretty sure he's chalked. Never officially said anything though. So there were some rumors that came out a while ago of exactly what was going on there that we did indeed look at. Just wanted to finish off with a couple of things. This firstly from Arcitys as well. Preston, that being Priestahh, of course, walking around the house with my champs jacket. Screw this guy, because we know that Arcitys and Priestahh are living together nowadays. Maybe hinting further the fact that Priestahh could be a substitute for Atlanta FaZe, given that was kind of the discussion I thought with Apathy. I doubted he'd get a spot on the starting team. I thought he could be a very valuable substitute somewhere though, right? Because with all his experience and veteran ability, he could be a great player to kind of come in, even if he's not fully acting as a substitute at times, but to be even more than a substitute maybe, and kind of help on the coaching side and help some of these up and coming players with when they struggle in difficult moments. But I think he's making a right move the way he's going, because there's always time to go into that in the future, I suppose. This I thought also from Lion Man, Mr. 99, Arcitys career cards. Very honestly very impressive stuff. 9 event wins, 15 finals appearances, played 42 pro events, and again over $1 million earnings already. The prize pool nowadays is just crazy compared to back in the day, and he's already won 2 world championships. Not too shabby by any means. And I just thought this was kind of funny from TacticalRab Gallery to finish out the video. But anyway, very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube icon, and you enjoyed this content, other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.